Is Hololive a group of idols or comedians? If you're a Hololive fan, I'm sure you'll answer comedian because...
Yubi! Good morning, motherfuckers! You miserable fucking ass clown! I'm hungry!
However, if you watch any of Nijisanji or indie VTubers, especially on the English side, I think it's fair to say that the type of content being put on the table feels different on a fundamental level. So today, I would like to challenge the god of our religion and ask the 5-year-old question. Is Hololive a group of idols? Do our god Yagoo's ideals hold up? Or was he giving a speech in a circus all along? The origin of the whole idol idea, as you probably already know, was from a clip that went absolutely viral through memes of Yagoo's dead dreams. The original comparison he made was to AKB48, an extremely popular female idol group in Japan. If you're not familiar with the idol culture, let me give you a brief rundown. The main thing about idols is that they sing, dance, and have an extremely pure image. And by pure, I don't mean what does 69 mean pure? I mean, have literally never physically touched a man with my bare hands other than my father, pure. Unless it's incest. But that's not the point. Idols are supposed to be very pure-minded. No depression, no sexual innuendos, and God forbid the sinful act that is dating and sex. Unless it's with each other. They're always supposed to act cute, and the purpose of them is to make your depressed ass smile. Yes, even if they're secretly depressed themselves. Whether this is a healthy culture to have is another topic that I don't want to get into, but know that that's pretty much the gist of idols. Now, while we could try and compare Hololive to the legendary AKB48 that it's so often compared to, I think comparing them to something like Hololive is a bit fairer since both are more similar in nature and make use of anime girls instead of real humans. Yes, the superior plane of existence. If you've watched any of the concerts, live streams, or anything related to Hololive, I think you'll agree when I say that they're a lot tamer when talking. There's a very clear line that's never crossed, and while not exactly 100% TV level professional, it's quite clear that topics like sexual fetishes or depression are never ever dared to be approached. Meanwhile, on Marin's channel, moaning into the mic is another Tuesday. I mean, for fuck's sake, it's literally a long-running joke that males are endangered species in the world of Hololive. Not a bad world to get isekai to, if I do say so myself. Hololive is not as restrictive as AKB48, but compared to Hololive, these girls might as well be sitting in a solitary jail cell to keep their image pure. Now, if we look at Hololive, we can easily see that they don't exactly have all the traditional idol rules. We have death metal screams, we have 800k husbands, and my dog dying, let's go! Yeah, that definitely wouldn't run well in AKB or Hololive. Judging from their talking streams, they seem to have a pretty nice degree of freedom. Some of them go quite deep into their personal lives, some of them have a lot of banter with their chat, and some of them do not stop being a horny 17-year-old grandma. There's a very different feeling you get watching a Hololive stream and a Hololive one. One of them gives a feeling of watching some girl talk freely and do some batshit crazy thing.
Hey, fuck your friend!
While the other gives a semi-professional feeling of someone trying to stay on topic, on schedule. And unlike AKB, some of them do collab and yes, interact with males. How surprising that a gender that isn't called female exists. What are these exotic creatures called male that I've never heard of? And why haven't we driven these vile creatures to extinction yet? We need them? Nonsense! All guys only want one thing, and it's color palettes and a laughter that cures AIDS. Okay, that's two things, but whatever, that's besides the point. Jokes aside, these collabs seem to be becoming more and more common too. Seeing things like Toa and RPR, Kali's appearances on Trash Taste, and Suisei's recent amazing cover with the Holostar Boys. While having slight negative feedback from, for a lack of better words, hopeless simps wanting to marry pixels on their monitor, it was pretty much mostly well received by the community. Imagine if Hololive had a collab song with a boys band. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they'd be flamed to hell by the wrath of characters on the screen, because why would their audience ever leave the front door for something that isn't a concert? That being said, I do think that Hololive has very different talents, and some of them are way more idol-like than others. Talents like Sora have quite the pure image, focus on singing, and generally act extremely idol-like. And some of them, like Lucia and Aqua, act, or just naturally are, super cute and appeal to a certain audience looking for this. Don't take my word for it because I don't actually know what would actually happen, but I don't imagine some people would be very happy if they started collabing with guys left and right. But on the other hand, buttplug merch is okay and Hachama, I'm sorry, I mean God-chama can just, be God. There definitely are different communities, even amongst Hololive, and acceptance levels for non-idol stuff varies between communities, so maybe some of them are idols? Adding to this, it also can't be ignored that certain restrictions do indeed exist. Controversies that I do not want to bring light to have happened due to male interaction, and a certain dragon transferred to the land of the free because she felt too restricted to stream in this environment. While way freer than the traditional idols, saying that they're 100% free of restrictions is like saying being under house arrest is free because you're not in jail. Moreover, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, something about Hololive definitely feels different from the normal English VTubers like vShoujo. And I think that the main reason is that they somewhat play a character, with a few small exceptions like Callie or Ollie, who really just act like themselves. Though they're not very Yabet in the first place, so Many of them, to some extent, small or large, play a character. It's a bunch of their own personality mixed in with acting like an anime girl that produces a result of the feeling of watching an anime girl stream. Unlike vShoujo, where they just be themselves and say whatever the fuck they want with as much filter as untreated seawater. Or Donald Trump's Twitter. Or non-mosaic Japanese porn. I really don't know how I come up with these analogies. This makes them give a closer feeling to a person that feels difficult to reach, rather than a streamer who feels relatable like a friend. And I personally think this difference is what makes a lot of them feel more idol-like than vShoujo or any regular streamer. It's not that some things they say or situations are non-relatable, but I somewhat see most of them as more of a waifu, or someone I look up to than a friend. So yes, they're like our gods! Literally! Well, a certain high schooler did say that she was God.
I'm a god.
Technically, if you think about it, Hololive fans aren't that far from being a cult anyways. We also can't forget that there are restrictions on how Yabet things can be. I know we all like joking about all the insane shit they say, and while it certainly isn't rare, it's not exactly a daily occurrence either. But that increased rarity in turn makes every "what the fuck did you say?"
What I did to your mom last night.
moment more special and memorable. I love Iron Mouse, but I'm pretty sure if Hololive girls started talking like her, not only would they decompose into ashes from all the grilling by management, but the specialness of every what the fuck moment would disappear. We see many moments that push the line, but that line still very well exists, even though its location is as clear as a dad after buying milk. Perhaps at your neighbors, perhaps in Russia, but still alive. So hey, a man can keep dreaming. So this brings us to our ultimate question. Is Hololive actually a group of idols? And my answer to that is... kind of? Maybe 30% idol? Hololive exists in this very weird middle ground where the girls are nowhere near as restricted as actual idols in their words and actions, but they're not exactly allowed to go 100% no filter get cancelled Twitch ban speedrun either. The partial anime girl act and the fact that most of them have produced some amazing music, be it originals or covers, definitely adds onto the idol-like feeling. Despite this, buying dirty bathwater, super band-aid tits, and beheading of twins are not exactly the actions of idols either. But you know what? Maybe it wasn't fair to compare them to traditional idols in the first place. VTubing is a relatively new genre that went viral in the past year or two, and it's difficult to find a good comparison because it's such a unique culture in the first place. As what I'd like to think to be some of the pioneers of this amazing new genre, maybe this level of restriction and type of content is the definition of idol in the VTuber world. Perhaps Hololive has the right to define this as idol. Maybe Yagoo's dreams never died all along. Just kidding, they never lived in the first place. Can't die if you never lived. Whatever you want to call Hololive, this middle ground between idol and non-idol has found great success, and for good reason. I love the mix of being slightly anime girl idol-y and genuine talking, instead of just being a normal streamer with an anime face plastered on. It feels like the best of both idol and non-idol worlds can be found in the style Hololive has adopted, and I can't wait to see what other innovations they can bring to the table in the future. It's going to be a circus show, isn't it? No, stand-up comedy. Wait, no, I got it! Breath of the Wild open world slapstick idol adventures! Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed and want more weeb content, then be sure to subscribe. With that, I'm gonna get back to watching my favorite comedians, I mean idols.